What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we managed to complete our very first salvage run. And, well, that's not a very hard thing to do. It is a 6-player activity after all, but it went pretty darn well. Today, we are going to be jumping into Operation Thunderbolt, the Twilight version, which is the first of the many seasonal quests that we're going to be dealing with throughout the Season of the Deep. So let's launch this thing and just get right to it.
This is Operation Thunderbolt. Ahsa has alerted us to a shelf of coral infested with a fungal spore we can use. However, it's in hostile territory.
Always is, was, will be.
Indeed. Forward intel reports a Wrathborn servitor patrols the area, and it is not alone. You have 2 sites to hit. Deploy excavation equipment, defend, and extract. Deputy Commander, Guardian, divide and conquer. Bring the Drifter what he needs.
Here we go. Okay, so this is pretty much our first look at the other activity that is here in Season of the Deep, known as Deep Dives. Now, this itself is not the same thing, but it generally shares a lot of the same qualities. So with Deep Dives, Bungie decided to experiment just a tiny little bit in roguelike elements. And by roguelike elements, I mean picking up buffs. That's pretty much it. So we have one to enhance kinetic weapons or to enhance precision damage. This is going to probably help us a little bit more for what we're doing right now. In fact, I could probably play into this a little bit more with something like a sidearm. So why don't we do that really quickly? I mean, kinetic would help with that too, but I'm probably going to main my auto rifle for the most part, so let's do it.
I'm reading you, Guardians.
So the old man asked you to babysit.
I'm your heir superiority.
From aboard a Cabal cruiser? Never thought I'd see the day.
Meet the Empress, then I'll hear your judgment.
Fair enough. To be honest, it's just nice to be back running with the both of you.
On that we can agree.
Okay, there we go. So, we are going to need to find our way through this thing, and a lot of this layout is very much the same as it is in a deep dive activity. That'll make sense in due time. We're just going to be collecting bubbles as we go. We can do so selfishly because obviously we're doing so solo at the moment, but it is good to be a little bit more mindful of your teammates when running through this as a team. So, we're just going to want to try to figure out where to go at every turn. Try not to get too turned around or lost. It can get a little disorienting down here, so keep that in mind. And sometimes there will absolutely be mechanics that you're going to have to deal with underground to actually escape where you need to go. Usually just pulling a lever to get to a door, but obviously you're still under a time restriction to do so before you get killed. And the bubbles are not always going to be there to save you. But you also do have a few seconds after your bar depletes completely before you die outright. Your screen will start to crack every second. And I want to say it's 5 cracks that kills you. So just a bit of extra time and a bit of extra wiggle room before you're outright dead.
Servitors onto us. I just met contact. Let's hustle, Guardian.
It's been an age since I've seen you fight, Sloan. Had you been with us on the dragon hunts. You're the bait now, Guardian. You're next.
Goes against all my instincts, but I'll try to make myself look delicious. Deploying drill. Let's get loud, Guardian.
Okay, can do. So I can use my sidearm if I need to. I can also just outright just straight up do precision damage. Now the buff isn't usually a terrible amount. It's something like I want to say like 10% is all, but hey, every little bit matters. So we're gonna pick up each of these fuel cells from these different servitors, and we're gonna want to install them into the drill, like so. So let's try to use this thing, and I need to actually play into this because I want to say, okay, I have, yeah, swashbuckler on this thing, which does actually play into my my punching build quite well because one single punch kill is obviously going to be enough to get swashbuckler times 5. So if I get that off really quickly, I can just absolutely destroy that servitor before it even has a chance to do anything. So there we go. That's all 3. And now we got to fight off a whole bunch of other enemies. So let's do it. We're going to get ionic traces from these, which are going to obviously generate abilities very quickly, which that can also be really nice too. There is a little bit of an internal cooldown on the ionic traces, but it's not a big one. So just kind of go ham when you can. The more arc weapon kills I can get, the better. So far, my grenade seems to be doing most of the work right there. Okay, so let's get back to killing servitors here. Did manage to get an explosion, so that's good. Let's take this over, but now we're dealing with even more enemies as the Shanks are now spawning alongside the servitors. So things are going to start to get a little more hectic in here if we're not careful. So just keep firing, keep firing. Here, I'm gonna start putting my combination blows together here real quickly. So one at a time, there we go. And we'll just kind of take you out. There, perfect. And you can absolutely use Amplified to go even faster with this thing. So it's not a huge difference, but it is still quicker. There we go. Kill you. I'm going to try to use the precision damage. Oh, man, that was just not enough to take you out outright. I mean, obviously, I could have sprinted into that, but I digress. Okay, we got captains over here, so those are going to be the next problem. Don't you run at me. So wait, hold on. Is the fuel cells arc? I think they might be, actually. All right. Let's take out these Shanks if we can. There we go. All right. Just keep focusing on using centrifuge here. I'm going to actually punch you next and then get to ×3, and then we can really show the damage off with this thing. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. It's so wonderful. Yeah, Liar's Handshake is incredibly strong, but now we got to kind of go outside a little bit. And by outside, I mean, well, we're still several thousand, well, not thousand, we're 1,000 meters under the sea.
Revel in it. Kneel, that I may lay my blade across thine breast. The quiver of your heart to resonate its black edge.
Get out of my head.
So that's who's yelling at you, huh, Sloan? Yeah, she's yelling at us too. It's okay. She's annoying to everybody, not just you. All right, I'm going to knock you guys out. Look at all the damage that those fuel cells do, too. I mean, it is a giant, heavy object. You're beating them over the head with it, so it kind of makes sense that it does a lot. Cannot feel super good, I'm sure. But I also imagine it probably doesn't do as much as paracausal bullets. I don't know. I can't really say for sure. But I did cause a bit of a blind effect there on that guy, which is great. Perfect. Okay. Let's keep going. Is there any heavy I can get out of this? Probably not. Oop. Almost there. This thing is just about fully done. And this activity, this is something we will absolutely be doing in deep dives in the future, is exactly what we're accomplishing right now, just on a much grander and tougher scale. Okay, we got exploders now we're going to have to worry about. So that's going to get fun. Also, invis vandals. Come on, there we go. That's probably overkill, but whatever, I'm doing it anyway. It's not like I'm using my super for much else anyway.
Hot, Guardian.
Let it take you, then meet their challenge.
Where did it take me exactly? Asphyxiator's Hollow, New Pacific Arcology. All right. I don't know where we're ending up, but it looks like we're about to get into a fight here. Some big servitor. So, we've pretty much gone from the first floor of a deep dive all the way to the last floor while skipping a couple in between. This is why I'm saying that deep dives are a lot more involved than this activity we're doing right now in particular. But this is kind of an example of how the boss fights will usually end up.
I bruised it for you. Now take it down.
Okay, can do. Although its health bar does look awfully full for being bruised, gotta say. So this is one of the boss arenas that you're going to fight them in. And ooh, that thing does not look happy. Also, why is it almost exactly the same as the Warden of Nothing boss? Like, almost exactly. All right, so we managed to do some damage to it, get it down to its threshold, and now it's going to teleport us away. And we're going to need to do a couple of mechanics now that we're in this new room. So hang tight while we wait for things to spawn. Okay, so we got shield servitors that all need to go down. So let's get rid of each of those one at a time. We can use our sidearm if need be. There we go. Man, that is a very strong sidearm. Beautiful. All right, let's get out of here. Then we can go back to damaging this thing. I have rockets for exactly this reason. This thing is not going to be moving around too much, so it should be fine to just kind of fire these off. That last one totally whiffed, though. Oh, wow. I'm actually whiffing my rockets right now. Come on now. There we go. Oh, that's a little iffy. Yep, let's not jump towards that. Okay, so there is... Yep, just like the Warden of Nothing, that thing is going to shoot off a solar burst around it, and you're caught out while it's going off. That is going to hurt pretty dramatically, so make sure that you are behind some sort of cover. Where is that thing shooting at me? There is an Ultra here somewhere. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can't do some damage Here, let's get this going. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I'll take a Rossarago. Why not? There we go. Hold on. I want to get combination blowing again, and I'm going to go give that servitor one big punch. So hang tight. Hop up here. Oh, don't you dare. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, try to punch me away. Teleport me, please. No, it didn't do it in time. Gosh dang it. Okay, here we go. We made it to the second phase this time. I actually switched to something even more synergistic, which is a trench barrel shotgun. So this is going to be really nice to have, as I'm able to just one-shot these servitors after a single punch. That's also awesome. I mean, only 3 of them at a time, but still, you get the gist. That's a lot of freaking damage. Where did the rest go? Hello? There you are. Okay, hold on. Taking away my trench barrel. Who do you think you are? There we go. All right, that should pretty much cover all of them. Now we just need to get on out here. I've almost got super again. My plan is actually, instead of firing a rocket at the boss... Whoa, okay. I was going to say is to throw out a... Well, kill a rando if I can. There we go. All right, now we can throw a super. And that should finish it off. Go, Gathering Storm, go. I kind of ate it along there, although the grenade didn't even make it to it before the super outright killed it. Beautiful. And that is the mission.
Sights are secure, and you just punched us a way out.
Good. You haven't lost a step.
Well, I've had a lot of dive time. But the Guardian took to the sea like a fish. Send over the submersible beacon, and let's transmat this hull back to the rig.
You're sure this new ally of yours is trustworthy?
Hasn't let me down yet. You asked me to trust you about the Empress. Trust me about Ahsa.
Before we call this an episode, we are going to head back to the helm. I'm not going to quite end it here, so let's jump right on back into it. And let's go talk to Sloan. And also figure out what the heck's going on with this salvaged fishing tackle that we just happened to pick up. What the heck? I swear I saw that somewhere. Is it in my quest somewhere? I don't know. It went somewhere, that's for darn sure. I just don't know exactly where. Also, there's an opportunity for me to catch... or for me to put some Season of the Deep stuff away as well. So that's pretty good. There we go. All right. And also maybe claim some things off of the track here as well. Beautiful. All right, Sloan. So you're down here somewhere. Probably through the portal again, as you tend to be. Let's see what you have to say, or possibly what Ahsa has to say.
Oasis in the desert. Seeds of hope buried beneath the sands. Nomads, wanderers, travelers. Their journey comes to an end. The first to be claimed by the deep. The first to fall victim to the witness.
I don't think she liked that very much. I hope she's okay. You alright, Ahsa? I think she's alright. Alright, let's head back to the holoprojector and see what how that affected Sloan.
So you heard all of that, huh? Hard to believe, but it's not just noise. I can understand bits and pieces of it through Ahsa. Xivu Arath's thirst for battle, the Witness's cold rage, the Taken's enmity. It's all in there. I started hearing it when my arm got this new paint job, but it hasn't sounded that real since. Doesn't matter. I've been through it before, and I can get through it again. Ahsa has vital information about the Witness. I'll do whatever it takes so she can deliver it. That's the mission, and I always complete the mission. Ahsa and I both need to recover before we boost our connection again. Until then, continue helping Drifter upgrade his technology. I hate to admit it, but his plan seems like it might actually work.
I sure hope so. All right, so we get ourselves another little reward for that. Another rapacious appetite. Thank you very much. And we also got this, and we're going to talk about this in a moment, too. Actually, probably in the next episode, but Claim the Deep Challenger Seasonal Challenge. We're going to do that really quickly because we need that to actually go on a little bit further. And that's not the one I wanted to go after. I want to go into, there we go, right here. Okay, so Deep Challenger. Let's grab that thing. Beautiful. So you guys have all in the via Hall projection of the helm. We will.
Operations on.
Well, hold on a second, Zavala. Calm down. We'll get to you a little bit later. First things first, we need to go over the seasonal challenges that we actually have unlocked before we do anything else. So, Deep Challenger. Completing a season of the Deep Weekly Activity Challenge grants a chance to earn an additional Deep engram when completing activities. Resets weekly. So, seasonal bonuses are now, after Season of the Deviant, or at least for this season, are confined over here instead. We just have to complete the challenges to unlock them. We don't have to get certain things week to week to then spend on them to unlock them. I mean, there are a few that are, that do ask you to do very specific things. Like, for instance, defeat each unique boss in salvage activities to unlock the following seasonal bonus. We have done one of those fights. We still need to fight the other one, Uragotha, Scourge of the Deep. We also have Deep Sea Locksmith. We've got different things over here, like focusing different weapons, reaching rank 7 and then rank 13. We need to successfully continue an encounter at the Abyss Depth and a deep dive activity, which we'll talk about that a little bit later. So all these are things that are going to take time, but Deep Challenger weekly, yeah. So activity challenge grants a chance to earn additional Deep engram. We got this one done. When fishing with bait, you have a chance to have your bait returned after catching a fish. And this one, when you redeem a key in the salvage or deep dive activities, you have a chance to earn an additional Deep engram. So 2 of those make sense, but what the heck is going on with bait and fishing? What is that all about? Well, you're going to have to wait for the next episode for that one because I am not going to explain it to you today. We're going to end this episode by listening to one of our radio communications and... yeah, then I will see you back at the tower at the start of the next episode.
And that's it? It just works?
It's not a scam, if that's what you're asking. Ain't gonna make you put in some glimmer and pull a lever. See, the way I look at it, this has always been the plan. Playing the game, Gambit, the machine. The 9 taking the long view.
You think the 9 were telling you to run Gambit for this? That they saw everything coming and that's how they choose to prepare us?
Don't know, boss. Maybe they see the future. Maybe they're just a few floors above and can see further down the road than we can. Maybe we're all just squinting at specks, looking for meaning. What I'm saying is, it works. It'll get us what we need, and maybe, if we're lucky, get Sloane what she needs, too.
And what is that?
A win.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Destiny. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.